across to our guests as well. We're joined by S.S. Sriram, political analyst. We have Bejon Misra with us on the broadcast, consumer rights activist, and Ravi Srivastav, also a political analyst. Good afternoon to all of you. Mr. Misra, I want to come to you first. Money worth 5 times the economy of Bhutan lying in a room, crores and crores being recovered. The proof is there for everyone to see, and this kept happening under the nose of the governments, the administrations, the agencies. Mr. Partha Chatterjee, of course, now is using his health as a reason. Arpita Mukherjee says she has no idea about the money that was parked there. She knew that Partha Chatterjee had access, that his men had access, but she had no access to that particular room. Very interesting, the manner in which the entire country has been fooled.
So first, let me as a citizen congratulate the ED for exposing such a racket which is going on. So they've done a wonderful work, and we need to do much more and go deep into all the nexuses which are happening in terms of transactions done on cash, which is not part of our economy. And we have to understand that these people, these culprits, cannot be left. They have to have deterrent action against them, so that nobody in India ever dares to violate the laws of our country and disrupt the economy of the country. And you know how we are today being able to sustain ourselves only because we are able to bring in good governance in the system. And the good governance is coming out of such kind of activities which the agencies are conducting, for which they have been established. Earlier, we never used to hear of such kind of exposés. And I really want to congratulate all the officials who are part of the ED to expose this. And this has to go deep. Now, we have to find the nexus and tackle it from the root cause. What and how it happens. How come such a lot of cash comes?
Absolutely.
From where is it coming from?
How is it being managed? Where was it going? Who else was benefiting? Who else was in the know of it all? These questions, of course, the agencies are working upon. Before I go across to our other guests, we also have viewers joining us on the broadcast. We have Jagdish joining us from Bengaluru. Thank you very much for joining us, Jagdish. Good afternoon. What are your views upon seeing these visuals of the massive recovery of cash and jewelry? Jagdish, can you hear me? Okay, let's move on. Let's go across to another viewer, O.P. Swaminathan, joining us from Bengaluru. Yes, good afternoon. Go ahead. What are your views?
Yes, Swati, good afternoon. You see, so much of cash. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
So much of cash, it cannot be just you kept like that for Partha's own use. It is definitely for the party, and Mamta must be definitely knowing about it. And if she says she does not know about it, then it is definitely a case of sheer incompetence in governance. And I think the court should intervene and dismiss this government based just on this.
All right. Those, of course, are your views. Thank you very much, Mr. Swaminathan. We have another viewer, Sudhir Iyer, joining us from Nagpur. Mr. Iyer, go ahead.
What I feel is, one, this cannot be a one-person job. This much cash. I feel a quick and a fast probe should be done, and all those responsible should be brought to book. This should not linger and let people get away. That's all.
Absolutely. That's the most important point. People should not be let off easily. Thank you very much, Sudhir, for joining us with your views. Let's go back to our viewers. Ravi Srivastav, today, in fact, the BJP said, paisa नीचे किसके पास पहुंच रहा था वो तो पता चल गया, लेकिन ऊपर किसके पास पहुंच रहा था, that needs to be investigated.
Definitely, investigation must be done, and so much of cash being caught, and that too, and on the order of the Calcutta High Court, this raid was made. So it definitely has got a lot of things to be answered. But this appears to be quite mysterious. First of all, I am yet to see any official report from the ED for this kind of seizure from the particular lady, and the source and all those things. The charge sheet should be filed immediately. The fast track disposal of this case should up. But I want to ask some more questions, that what is happening on 22,000 crores worth of the money siphoned by the Mr. Rishi Agarwal of the ABG shipyard? or for that matter, the people who have already vanished from the country with some 50 or 60,000 crores of rupees? I'm not hearing any answer. What happened to the case of Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, with whom the several crore rupees was seized? Or for that matter, Arvind Kejriwal, who was exchanging some 2 crore rupees.
When you raise these questions, are you trying to imply, Mr. Ravi Srivastava, that this is action taken only against people belonging to parties in opposition?
This is selective and this is discriminatory.
But then there cannot be double speak. Okay, I'll come back to you. We'll discuss that in detail. We have Satish joining us from Pune, another viewer on the broadcast. Satish, please go ahead.
Imagine Mr. Mantri and his colleague Arpita are just a small fry.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you're saying the big fish needs to be caught. Thank you very much. Vikas joining us from Mumbai now. Yes, Vikas, go ahead. Good afternoon.
I think the only thing that is more vulgar and perverse than the cash talk that we see are people sitting here, people like Ravi Srivastava, who are actually doing waterboarding and drawing false equivalences. And it is really bizarre that they say that we will catch this only if you catch somebody else. I mean, this is evidence staring at your face. And I am not sure whether even the Indian judiciary is going to, look at it seriously. I mean, they are also to blame because of the phenomenally slow-paced trials that they do. This is my humble opinion as a taxpayer.
Yes, the process of investigation maybe can question, but I don't think it is appropriate to comment on the judiciary before, of course, it reaches court and the courts take note. For the moment, thank you very much, Mr. Vikas, for joining us.